There are a lot of people who are not comfortable with saying I don't know. I met a guy at a university. I'm in the process of uploading our editing our second conversation, where he says something like, "I hate uncertainty."
Wow, that's a
Yeah,
strong one.
and we have this wonderful meta discussion where we zoom in and we talk about that, and that at the end of it, I think I don't do a lot of telling in my interviews. You probably noticed that. It's pretty much about what my conversation partner thinks.
Mm,
But in this one, I spent a little bit more time saying, uh, it might be more costly to acknowledge that you don't know things rather than act as if you do know them. It might take more energy, it might take more calories, it might take more effort to say, I don't know the answer to that, and I'm going to just have to ride out on this fence of I don't know or uncertainty. And but it seems like it's the most honest position to be. But once you come to grips with that, hanging out on that fence of uncertainty, it's not lonely because there are other people that are there with you, for one thing. And it kind of takes the pressure off. I don't have to maintain a lifestyle that's based on something that I'm pretending to be the case, possibly.
right.
You follow me? So
Yeah.
there's something a little bit more honest and hmm, human, perhaps, about it. But we don't
What do you have
we
any intuitions about why so many people have a hard time saying I don't know?
I suspect it's probably a result of our evolutionary history, that our brains probably race to find answers to things to explain how the world is operating. And if we don't have the answers to it, we're very good at coming up with answers, even though they're not good answers.
Hmm.
But they fill those holes, and they allow us to go to sleep and move on to the other thing. And we rarely go back to look at those stop gaps that we've put in to fill the holes. And that's the purpose of this approach of street epistemology.
Right.
Let's go back to the biggest hole that you've plugged, the one that's profoundly shaping how you navigate your world, and let's take another look at that.
Right. I'm sometimes I suspect. I mean, this doesn't really go against what you just said, but sometimes I suspect that the social value of many of these phenomena that you encounter
Mm-hmm.
during your talks, that the social value really is what reinforces many of these beliefs. I mean, the cost of some young or 20-year-old who just started in college or something like that, just coming home to your family and say, hey guys, I don't believe in God, right? That's
Right.
you're gonna pay a high social price for that.
Not even
Even
social. It could be a financial cost,
oh,
emotional, physical. But yes,
so many levels, right? Yeah.
yeah. Gosh,
It,
and
it and it can cost you. It can cost you your relationship. It could cost you your fiance,
it could
and
cost you your
it
future. You could, in
right,
some countries, you could be killed for
right,
expressing doubt about a religious claim.
right,
You can be ostracized. You can be kicked out of your house. Okay, I'm out of the house. I can't pay for college anymore. Therefore, I got to get a job. Your entire future could be dependent on when you come out with your doubts.
mm,
And for some, the cost is too high. The individual that I was just referring to, the first video is up. I don't know if you've seen it or not yet, but we talk about this. We talk about the social cost, and for him, the social cost was too high. It's too
mm.
high, at least at that point in his life.
I did
I
see
might
that
actually
video
be
actually. Yeah.
forget. I might be merging the first and the second conversation together, so maybe there's some spoilers here. But at this point in his life, he's not ready to question too much because he's not fine with uncertainty. It would impede his happiness and his social structure if
Right.
he asked too many questions and realized that he doesn't have good answers for them. So I think he's content with pretending that it's true because of the benefits he gets from it. And that's fascinating to me. That's a fascinating thing for a stranger to reveal to me on camera by asking these questions. And thousands of people will watch that, and they may very well be in his shoes on a completely different belief, or they know somebody that it will give us a better perspective of how we're thinking about these beliefs from these examples. And I can't think of very much more exciting than peeling back like the curtain on how our brains are operating with these things. It's so fascinating to me. I can't, there's very few things that I think would be more interesting than this.
Thanks for watching. If you want to see the whole interview, just follow the link up here or down below. And please subscribe for more outrageous clips from my interviews. Thank you. Have a good one. Cheers.